Boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Back to you, Rudy.
Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever part of the world you're watching us right now. I have my boy right there, Bart. Bart, come on, Bart, what's going on, man?
Hey, my man. It's a beautiful Sunday here, a little stormy outside. We have an air show going on, so the planes are flying over. It's just incredible out here right now.
Wow. It's sunny here in New York, man. We have some bright sun going out there. It's super, super good. I'm just gonna step out for the weather, after this, just take a run or walk around.
Mhm.
We have a good weather today. So, man, yesterday we had a great conversation with Therese, and what do you get out of that?
Teresa's amazing. It's so much. It's so cool to watch our other brothers and sisters in this organization, and what they have going on. And one of the things that she talked about was not just the advantages of why being at least a customer with ibüümerang, but more so just that camaraderie. I mean, we've known each other for a week and a day now, and the camaraderie that exists just because of the culture that Mr. Halton Buggs and his team have assembled. It truly is unique. It's, as the hashtag says, just different.
Just different, man. Just different. I mean, I know Therese came on yesterday, and we're going to be having a lot of different guests coming up, throughout the week. And we just wanted to I was so touched by everything, Therese spoke about yesterday, because her being from a female perspective, when people see us on live or see us doing this business, they're thinking, oh, is this only for guys, or is it only guys who do the business? So what is it that you can say? Therese came on yesterday. She gave us a whole brand new view about, how women can also be empowered by being in this organization. And I also pulled that from what Mrs. Bucks was talking about, doing her time with the women.
Right, right.
Wow. Because when women look at it, when women actually become part of the business,
Mhm.
I'm thinking like they are so involved with the whole family,
Mhm.
with the whole family, and they have the possibility of engaging their children, their husbands, and so is it more convincing? Is it more convincing for a lady to convince the guy to be part of the business, or for the guy to convince the lady? What do you think?
It's crazy, and not only did she come from a female perspective, and I mean, you were there with us in Vegas, and I would say, if maybe even more than 50% of the people in the arena were females,
Right.
with it. But Therese also brought to a perspective from a technology standpoint that blew me away, because she does artificial intelligence. She does all the things that are behind the curtain that make our
Right.
program work. And that is just a mind blowing. HB introduced Vibrite, which is our new ride sharing that's going to roll out toward the end of the year. And one of the things he said is that, we will know as a TSA, we'll know when someone travels. When they get off their plane, they'll get a text message saying, "Hey, there's a Vibrite waiting for you if you want it." I mean, just crazy knowing those type of things are out there and what's happening. And the other cool thing, I was talking to a gentleman this morning that's real interested, and I said, here's the key to it. As a TSA, all you need to do is give someone a boomerang. That's all you do. Once they activate it, our customer service, our customer excellence department
Right.
takes over. And they're the ones that continue to communicate via emails and text messages with the people who have the boomerangs, and saying, "Hey, I noticed you were shopping for this," or "Hey, here's a great trip coming up," or "I just saw that you went to Vegas." It's amazing what is being built behind the curtains with all of this.
Wow. When you talk about artificial intelligence, it's the same kind of concept that Facebook uses. Because while I was in Vegas, I kept having the recommendation from Facebook. There are activities going on here. Do you want to engage in this productivity, in this thing going on here? I said,
Right.
but I didn't tell Facebook I'm in Vegas. What's going on?
Yeah.
So this, I mean, this is just, it's amazing because you see how these companies, and
Mhm.
this is what also ibüümerang is implementing, because we're going to be able to, in fact, we're taking the customer, we're taking everything away from the TSA. The
Mhm.
only thing is only for the TSA to give out the boomerang to the customer.
Yeah.
How hard is that for you to give something free to somebody?
And I think the hardest part is that people have in their mindset, there is no such thing as free.
Exactly.
And my response is, think again.
Right.
This is something that is free. And the way it's built is genius because we have extreme travel
Right.
as our backbone. There, as you and I are both, travel agents through them.
Right.
We see the wholesale price. They take that and offer that to the customer
Directly.
puts that behind certain pricing. And now we have companies that are calling us saying, hey, we want to hear more about what this is doing and what this is becoming. I mean, we're what, 8 days old?
It's funny because I had a Uber driver this morning on the phone, and he was like, so how is this gonna be able, how is this gonna impact my life? How is it gonna be different from Uber? I said, hey, the only thing Uber does is a ride share.
Mm-hmm.
Uber does a ride share program, and we are offering something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
We're offering a ride share program that doesn't relate. I mean, it just doesn't limit to the ride share.
No.
But takes the customer all the way to their hotel rooms, discounts to their hotels, also giving the customer, and now we're going to have the possibility of also encouraging the customer to use our mobile service. If I talk about the mobile service, man, because I'm paying $120 on Verizon Wireless right now, and I just can't wait to switch.
Same here. I'm a Sprint, and it's the same thing. I can't wait to get the $49.95 unlimited.
It's unbelievable.
Rolling out. And the cool thing is, I'm working to come up there to see you November 2nd for a big event. You guys are having some of my friends in the Broadway community come and be part of our Super Saturday there. And I've been looking at hotels and flights, and every morning I wake up and my iGo platform has a new suggestion for me on where to stay, the savings I get, what to do while I'm there. It's absolutely crazy. They're doing the thinking for me. It really is amazing.
Wow, now you're talking about hotels and the savings. Just give us a view of of what this savings is all about. Like, so how do we even get this platform of having customers to save money? Because if you come to think about it, people are like, oh, it's the same, isn't it similar to what Expedia and these other guys are doing? Tell us about the savings
between us and all the other public platforms out there. Is that people like our organization companies like Expedia, Priceline, Kayak, any of those, they're owned by two companies. They're owned by Expedia and Booking. Yep, Hotels.com. They own everything, and so they're a marketing company. And so what they do is create price parity. So everything is pretty much within this real narrow boundary.
Right.
We have Extreme Travel. We're the second largest travel agency in the U.S., I think, next to AAA. But AAA, you got to have a membership to get theirs.
Right. It's free.
And so, we look at that, and they look at it. Here's the wholesale price, and we take that and we cut it in half for the most part, and give that to the customer, and say this is what you're going to get, and we have documented proof out there that you're going to save. Sometimes you may save $5. If you're staying at a Motel 6 or at a just a roadside hotel, you may only save $5 or $3.
Right.
But coming to a place like New York, where there's a lot of competition there,
right,
you can easily save hundreds of dollars a night. We're not even talking about cruises or going to the Bahamas or going to Puerto Vallarta or to Europe. Totally different, because there's even more savings involved with that too. But the cool thing is, when you go onto our platform, you can filter it a number of ways. You can say, all right, show me where the top savings are. I want to see that first. You can also say, show me only 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. And then
Right.
you go, once you get that filtered, then you can say, okay, show me the lowest price first. And you're totally blown away by that. I mean, I was looking in New York, and there's a 5-star hotel in New York that I can get for cheaper than what I could stay at a Hampton Inn
Right.
on our platform.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's really crazy cool.
Wow. So you just hit a couple of points right there, because I mean, I was talking to one of my people who joined the business already. So she's like, I am a stay-at-home mom. I just had a 7-year-old, 7 months old baby, and I've been looking for different options. I'm looking for different possibilities of starting up a business where I'll be able to stay at home, because right now I want to work like 40 hours a week in order for me to keep up. I got to support my husband. We're trying to build a family. So that really touched me, because I'm thinking about who can actually become a TSA. Who can become a TSA? Do we need some kind of qualifications, or I mean, from your point of view, what do you think? Like, who can become a TSA?
Someone who breathes. That's pretty much what's required.
Right.
Someone who I think really sees that this truly is different. We're not
Right.
throwing a home party and hoping you'll buy a container to put your food in, or makeup to make you look younger, or
Right.
a smoothie to help you feel better, to give you more metabolism. We're not
Right.
doing that. We're giving someone, access to being
Right.
able to say, I can save on anything that I want out there when it comes to the products that we offer. And those products just keep growing. So who can do this? Anybody can do it. We have people who are CEOs of companies who are using this to use as membership perks for their business, rather than actually using a travel agency. They're saying, book your own travel, and then
Right.
they're making money off their employees booking their own travel back into the company. We've got churches that are using this.
Yeah.
Youth groups and senior groups at churches travel. And so this is a tithing back to their organization.
Yeah.
Association I work with, that this is a membership perk with that too. So this is wide open to anybody. You just have to realize this is something that's just different.
It's just different, man. When you talk about being just different, and you're talking about the people that can actually join this organization, I met a lady she is a top position in the medical college here in New York. We met at an event, and somebody like that, you can't really think about you look at this person, you say, hey, this person actually makes significant amount of income, and they should be happy at their jobs. Whatever they're doing, they should be happy with it. But these people actually anybody has their own problems, everybody has their problem. You look at Therese, who was there yesterday with us. Therese make about 6-figure income in her job.
Right.
She is a TSA. She's doing the business. And I guess to think about it, like, there is every form of financial freedom that everybody wants. Right. People keep looking for financial freedom, because when you hear somebody think about an online job, an online business, people always think about it to be a scam.
Right.
People think about it to be a scam. But what is it going to take for somebody? You've seen how top executives in different organizations, top personnel decided to say, you know what, I'm sick and tired of my job. Not just being sick and tired of my job, but I want to belong to something which is more powerful, gives me more power, give me more leverage for me to do things on my own the way I want to do them.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think for people who have children, the legacy that HB has built into this is just, there's nothing else like it out there. So I was talking to a mom whose son is starting college, and I said, look at it this way. All you have to do is give out these boomerangs. Throughout the year, people travel. The average person travels, at least once a year. $6,000 a year is what the average is for the travel on that. So you give the boomerangs out, you dedicate that money to maybe offsetting the college tuition expenses, or you set it up to where your sons and daughters become the beneficiaries if something were to happen to you. They don't have to be a TSA.
Right.
That flows to them. Those boomerang customers just flows to them. Then when they have kids, it flows to them. I mean, HB himself said that he wanted to set something up to where his son would have a legacy from him. That's what he's done. I've heard other companies where they have legacy programs supposedly, but it only works if someone continues to buy that product.
Absolutely.
We don't do that. We don't have a product. All someone has to do is go out and book a travel, and then it flows to them. Or someone goes and uses their Boom Mobile, or they go and do a ride share, or go play golf, or they order wine, or get a restaurant card and go eat at a restaurant, at a price. It's crazy what has been developed here, and truly there is nothing else like it in the industry. That's why I think so many people in the industry are trying to mimic and get on board with what we're doing with it. And, that's the best type of flattery you can have out there, is someone to say, I'm going to be like them.
Absolutely. The CEO actually mentioned this during the convention that we just came from Vegas. And he said, another company actually saw the vision and they want to shut down. They're shutting down to bring everybody to ibüümerang.
Right.
How crazy is that? Like this, actually a company is closing down their own vision.
Right.
Because they see the vision of ibüümerang, and they say, no, I want to be part of this company. I want to be part of ibüümerang. I'm going to shut down everything that I'm doing, and let's move everyone to ibüümerang, because this is truly the legacy vision.
Right. Exactly right. And the other thing too is, I've been involved in other network marketing companies before. And again, if you think we're an MLM or a network marketing company, think again. This is not your mother's MLM out there, your mother's network marketing company out there. But the really cool thing is, in the other ones, they focus on sales, product.
Right.
The underlying success for here is personal development. It's personal empowerment. It's working on yourself and making sure you're the person you're supposed to be. And when you do that, all these other things start to happen, because you start attracting like people to it.
Absolutely.
And that is so powerful. And when you're there at the conferences, I would say 80% of what we heard over 2 days had that theme. The other 20% were announcements of our new product lines or awards that were being presented to people.
Right.
But the underlying part is that, and even HB gave us a list of 10 books to go read. And one of the ones is just Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Absolutely.
That if you haven't read Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, go read it, because that's telling you you got to change that subconsciousness that immediately reacts to something and says, this is a scam. This can't be real. Again, think again.
Yeah, I know, because even one of the books that I also read when I just when I got introduced into the industry, I had read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I had read Robert Napoleon Hill's book, and also read the Business of the 21st Century. So different people are looking at different business models, and business is great, right? People love businesses. People have traditional businesses, but what is it like? How different is our industry when compared to different business models? Because when I'm looking at different business models, you need a huge initial investment, which is a capital. Then you need to have employees, and you need to go with the taxes. You need to have an accountant. You need to have a salesperson. You need to have a customer service. So, like, how different is that? We don't have to manage, because me being like ibüümerang, and I haven't had to speak to a customer, and I have significant amount of customers who are using my services, but I haven't had to talk to anybody. Like, how is that? How is that being managed? How is that different from different business models?
Yeah, totally different. Because one of the things too that he's built in is that they are doing significant training with our customer service, our customer excellence department, to be the one that follows up and answers those questions, so that we can be out there and be the ambassadors that we're charged to be, that we are. You're exactly right. And like I mentioned with you and Therese yesterday, I was part of a healthy chocolate thing. I had to buy so much chocolate each month, and then finally I got through because I was like getting to be huge eating healthy chocolate, and I walked away from that because that was not me. I've had other people talk to me about, well, we sell this product, that product, and you see that there's a certain number of products you have to buy each month.
Absolutely.
None of that's required here. None of that. The monthly subscription fee that we have, a third of that goes to us to be able to give away these iboomerangs.
Right.
And we begin to cover the cost of giving that away. But he knows that's an investment. As people start to travel, that investment then becomes part of it with it.
Right.
And part goes to the technology that he's creating with all of this, and the marketing that we're doing with it. One of the things that's really cool is that when we were in Vegas, I got into with an Uber driver, and I said something about what I'm doing. She said, "Oh, you do iboomerang?" She already knew who we were.
Oh, wow.
Already knew who we were. And I'm like, "Yep." And so I gave her my card. She gave me her card, and she's really interested in the Vibrite, of course, piece of it. She does some ministerial stuff. She's looking at that piece of it too. So she's totally wide open. That's how we're different.
Wow. Man, I just love the fact that we are in an opportunity that doesn't have to do anything with some kind of products, right? Because I was in another product company before, and I'm thinking, you really have to be with the products. You really have to be something that meets your values, because as a person, you have certain values. There are certain goals, and there are certain things that mean different things to you, and being part of an organization with different products and different services, you're thinking, what does this product actually mean to me as a person, and how does it actually relate to my personality? Like, how am I? In order for me, I don't need to convince people to use my service. I don't need to convince people to buy my product. But being an iboomerang, like, how easy it is it for somebody to actually relate to our product, or for me to be able to give out a boomerang to somebody? That actually meets so many things for me, because the fact that each time a customer activates a boomerang, our organization is actually paying or feeding somebody out there in the world.
That's right.
Through our own foundation.
Yeah, I had a person tell me, "Oh, I don't travel. I can't use that." And I said to them, "Do you ever eat out?" "Yeah, all the time." And I said, "Well, what if you could buy $100 restaurant card for 10 or 20 bucks? "Oh, that's impossible." And I said, "No, it's not. Let me show you." And I said, "Just take this home." And you're right. The whole part about you never have to buy or be anything. Just activate the iboomerang, and we feed a child. I think the thing that blew me away was when we were in Vegas, and within 30 minutes, the people in the arena, the leadership on the floor, the leadership on the stage, through all the donations, less than 30 minutes, we fed nearly 3.4 million kids.
Wow.
That blew me away. That doesn't happen with a scam.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, we saw the video. We saw the video of different of our director of chief giving officer, how we were impacting the lives of these people, and we saw the video how the organization were so excited. Kids were excited to have a bread and a protein bar, and it's just amazing, man. Because when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about how I grew up. I'm thinking about how I grew up, and these are like things which are close to my heart. I want to be able to impact the lives of other people, and I don't need to being part of iboomerang, I don't need to be a millionaire. I don't need to have $3 million in order for me to contribute to feed somebody. But whatever my activity, like if one of my customers activate their website, if somebody's out there, our organization is feeding people, and I'm so proud to be part of that contribution.
Right. Well, and one of the things that I teach with personal development, and one thing that's real important to me, is the whole concept of act as if. You act as if you already have that. And B was talking about when they lost everything, and Trey was a kid, and he and Earlene would go out to eat. he would act as if, and he always would tip handsomely.
Right.
Because that started to build that mindset of this is where you're going to go. This is what you're going to do. And take that. Since I've been involved with ibüümerang since back on March 9th when we pre-launched.
Right.
I've volunteered several times at soup kitchens, at backpack ministries where we put food for the kids to take home for the weekend from schools, or went to where we packed backpacks, real live backpacks full of school supplies for kids. That's all part of that mindset. You just want to do more and give more, because when you do that, it's a boomerang. It comes back to you. And you start attracting people that see it that way as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, when I think about the vision of this organization, I'm thinking about, because I know you have been in different organizations and you have been close to tech companies, like you've been close to Apple. So give us a little bit about your experience with, you know, being a consultant with Apple and Steve Jobs in that arena, and seeing what ibüümerang is doing. Like, how related is that? Because we've seen the history of Apple rising from where they were to where they are today. Like, Apple is it's a thing. Like, people feel cool when they have an iPhone.
Well, it's true. I think the commonality is that one word called vision.
Right.
It is a vision. Steve Jobs, I mean, I had the fortunate opportunity of working on a project called McCecil, and it was an amazing, amazing project, building what was then called bulletin boards. And I think today the closest thing would be Wikipedia, maybe, where you go out and you look for some research and some things there. But the thing that impressed me the most about Steve Jobs, and you haven't read the book about his life, by all means do, is that when he came back to Apple, you know, he came back, I think, to really build the iPad and put that out there. Right. But realized you need to take some different steps to get there. And one of those steps was, you know, at the time, Walkmans were real popular. So he created the iPod and the iPod Nano. And so all the music industry totally changed at that time. We downloaded everything, which now today, you know, how many people your age, Rudy, have cable TV, streaming service, if anything?
Right.
You know, it's the whole culture changed with one person's vision. Right. And I think that same similarity with Holton Buggs and the team he's assembled. I mean, they already know 2, 3, 5, 10 years down the road what they want to achieve, what they want to roll out. But just like Steve Jobs, sometimes you have to introduce this before you introduce that, because the marketplace isn't ready for that yet. Right.
Yeah. You know, I'm looking at the vision that even our global master ambassador, Mr. Edwin Haynes, he posted something on Instagram where he said, being in an organization where he made $3 million a month is mind blowing, and not just being part of the vision. You can also see he was so excited. He said, being part of an organization with Holton Buggs, you know, with looking at the impact that we want to change the lives, how we want to change the industry. Because if something's going to change, somebody has to take action, right? Exactly. And I'm so proud and excited to be part of this organization, because I'm seeing being part of this vision. I spoke to one of my friends who saw one of our live videos on Facebook, and he said, are you close? Do you know Holton Buggs? I said, he's my CEO. The guy's like, what? I've been watching this guy for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Watching this guy for the past 5 years, and I've been seeing everything that he does, and I've been following his footsteps in my business, and I've been really successful. I said, well, I have him as my CEO. Like, I'm with him, you know, I can hear all his videos and tips every day. Right. I said, so how is it important? I mean, as we're about to wrap up right now, our 30 minutes on the line, I'm trying to see how can we impact the lives of other people, or somebody who will be watching this, or the person's thinking to his or herself, how do I belong to this organization, or how do I learn more? You know, what can you tell them, Bart?
I would say comment below. That's all you got to do. Comment below. We'll reach back to you. We've got presentations we can send you that are interactive. You can start, look at it on your own. You know, we've got regional meetings all over. I mean, you were talking about a person down in Texas that's worked there. I've got people in New York. that I'm working with, people out in San Francisco, people in Australia that I'm working with. We're all over, we're global, and thanks to this thing called the internet. All you have to do is comment, tell me more.
Absolutely. Comment, tell me more, and we'll reach back to you as soon as possible. You can also direct message us. If you send us direct message, able to provide you more information about this opportunity and how you can join, become part of the vision, impact your life, impact the life of your family, impact the life of your generation, and let's just keep impacting the world and changing the way people think about business, man.
Exactly. At least you owe it to yourself to say, send me a free boomerang.
Right. At least you owe it to yourself, because you're going to have access not just for the boomerang, not just for the travel, you're also going to have access to our Vibe Ride. You're going to have access to our Boom Mobile, which is coming up, which is going to be just flat fee of $49.95 a month for you to have unlimited data, text, and voice. It's just incredible, man.
Right.
Hey, Bart, thank you so much for this time, man.
You know what? So much fun. Let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah, man. All right. Boom, guys. We're closing out. All right. Take care, man.
Take care, man.